y'all, welcome back. I'm Elena Barron and this is Book Club, and we are going through Adam Hamilton's The Journey. And this week it is all about Mary and Elizabeth, that classic woman's relationship that so many of us are grateful to have read about in the Bible. And so we dive right in. So there's a lot of things we learn about them that is amazing, but I just want to focus on one thing that really stood out to me from this chapter, because it's something that God has been speaking into my life and to how I view culture around me constantly. And Adam Hamilton brings it back up in this chapter. He says, he talks about what it means to be blessed. And do we have the wrong idea of what it means to be blessed? This is really a topic that is high upon my list. And so I want us to look at the verses that he's talking about. This is when Mary has just come to Elizabeth, and Elizabeth's greeting to her is this. She says, in a loud voice, she exclaimed, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the child you will bear. And why am I so favored that the mother of my Lord should come to me? As soon as the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the baby in my womb leaped for joy. Blessed is she who has believed that what the Lord has said to her will be accomplished." In the greeting, Elizabeth states the word blessed 3 times, twice about Mary and once about Jesus. So why? Because let's think about this. When we say the word blessed, what do you mean? When you describe somebody as blessed, or when you describe your own life as blessed, okay, we can look at Instagram posts. Just look at the little hashtag blessed. Look that up on Instagram and see what people post. Got a new car today, hashtag blessed. Our house looks fantastic for Christmas, hashtag blessed. All my family will be here in one place for Thanksgiving, hashtag blessed. Even when we talk about ourselves, I'm so blessed to have all of these grandchildren or children that are in college, or we're just so blessed that college is paid for. That's another thing that I hear often. But if you really go on an in-depth search in the Bible of what the word blessed means and when it is used, I think we really have it out of context. This was brought to my thinking 2 years ago. I was really blessed. I even used it. I was so grateful to be able to be in a advanced reader group for a book that was just coming out, and it's called Given by Tina Boesch, and it's the forgotten meaning and practice of blessing. And she goes through the whole the whole Bible, looking at the word blessing, how it's used in cultures across the world, and compares it to today's thinking on it. And it was so convicting, because when I look here at Mary and Elizabeth's conversation, Elizabeth refers to Mary as blessed twice. But if we look at Mary's life, does it compare to what we think of as being blessed? 14, 15, unmarried, pregnant, will become an outcast in society if her husband decides not, if her fiance decides not to take her in, possibly being stoned. Is she going to be wealthy? No. We know that they're of the lower working class. What about within a 1.5 to 2 years in, she has to flee and live in hiding from a murderous king who kills all the Jewish babies at that time of that time period. We don't like to talk about that part. But then she has to watch her son, as he begins to go into ministry, people try to destroy him, defame him, kill him For 3 years, she has to watch that. And then during that process, I also began to think, like, Jesus is traveling all over. Do you think he got to spend a lot of time with his family? Did she get to have those big family meals? Would you consider that she was blessed and that she got to really be with her son during that time period? And then she had to watch her son falsely accused and brutally murdered in front of her eyes. Horrible things said about him, and watch him die as she watched him. And do you think that during that time she was thinking, oh, this is such a blessing. I am so blessed to be here. In the manner that we think of. No, none of that fits into our thinking. Because Adam Hamilton goes into it in the book, this whole idea that we have somehow come to the thought that being blessed comes with joy and comfort and possibly wealth. When that comes about, then we are blessed. But if we look up verses in the Bible, it does not have anything to do with that. What blessed comes about is when you are allowed to be a part of God's plan, what he is doing. And when you are a part of that and know you're part of that, blessed comes into it. Being blessed. It's knowing that you are being used for God's work, for his purposes. And this whole idea that you get to be in his presence. And that is what Elizabeth is stating here. Her baby recognized the baby in Mary's womb and immediately knew, blessed are you. You're in the presence of God. You've been in the presence and you will be in the presence. And that is our mindset. I want to challenge you to that. I know that I have really been convicted by this because years ago I began to think, there's the psalm that we often sing in church too, the song, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. If blessing has to do with joy, comfort, and possible wealth, how am I supposed to do that for God? How am I supposed to bless God in that manner? He's the creator of everything. He owns everything. I can't talk about a horrible person to buy a Christmas present for, somebody that has everything. That's Jesus. How am I supposed to give him a blessing? The way that I bless him is by obedience and by being a part of what he has asked me to do. I joyfully join in, not thinking about the cost to me, but I go into that, and what I experience by being obedient to him and going through with what he's asking me to do is his presence and the joy of knowing that I am part of an eternal work, something that is blessed. That is blessed. Look at the Beatitudes and see if what Jesus is describing is what you think of as blessed today. When it says, blessed are the poor, blessed are the meek, blessed are those that mourn. Is that really part of what you consider being blessed? So today, that's what I want to leave you with. Begin to let this sit in your spirit. And it probably is not something you want to hear. And it goes against everything that we say and think. So what does it mean to be blessed by God? I want you to begin to seek God in your prayer, and maybe go through looking up verses in the Bible that have the word blessed in them. Buy this book by Tina Boesch. I'll put it in the notes on the YouTube, and just lay that before God and begin to re-examine. Because sometimes we can become critical or bitter because we look at other people and think, why are they so blessed? But are they really blessed? What are you trying to say? I also want you to examine this. This is a challenge I gave a book club maybe 2 books ago. When we pray, so often we say things like, bless so-and-so, bless so-and-so. What are we really saying? What are you saying? Because one, bless as we now know it does not mean take care of them, watch over them, give them what they need. So instead, pray what it is that you want. Whenever that phrase starts to come out of your mouth, instead pray, what is it that I really want to happen for this person? Do I want healing? Do I want them to know your presence during the day? Do I want them to find a job? Do I want them to feel protected? Pray that. Pray that instead. Instead of saying, bless somebody, specifically pray what it is that you would like to see happen in that person's life that you're asking God for. And this will begin to change your idea also of what it means to be blessed. We need to take that out of our vocabulary. As you can see, I already had a hard time with it during the video. So seek God. Lay that before Him this week. And may He open your eyes to a new realm of joining Him in obedience and the joy that comes from that. So guys, I will see you next week as we jump into week 4. We don't have much left, but I'll see you then.